Hello everyone, welcome back to Potty Plant Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and I rank them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. Now before I begin this review, I just want to know, I've been reviewing movies that I really love. If you want to see me review a movie that I actually don't like, let me know in the comments. Today, I did not dress like this because I'm lazy. There's actually a reason for it. Today, I am going to be reviewing Die Hard. Die Hard is one of, if not the greatest action movie of all time. And I dressed up like John McClane for the review. Die Hard was released in 1988, and it stars Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, Bonnie Bedelia, Reginald VelJohnson, Paul Gleason, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Devorah White, William Atherton. It was directed by John McTiernan, and it was produced by Joel Silver. It tells the story of a man who is a police officer in New York, and his wife gets a job offer in Los Angeles. He needs to stay in New York because he has cases he's working on. He can't just up and leave. But she really wants to take this job opportunity, so they end up getting separated. She goes to her job. He stays in New York. She takes the kids. He flies out there for an office Christmas party at her business. She works at a place called Nakatomi Plaza. And he goes there for the Christmas party. And he's in a bathroom when terrorists take over the building. And they take hostages, and he's hiding. So he's the only one that they didn't take. And the tagline for the movie even goes, and yes, I did memorize it, high above the city of LA, a team of hostages has seized a building, taken hostages, and declared war. One man has managed to escape, an off-duty cop hiding somewhere inside. He's alone, tired, and the only chance anyone has got. He becomes a vigilante, and he begins to battle the terrorists one by one, sneaking around the building and taking them out whenever he can. This movie revolutionized action films. Action movies would never be the same again after Die Hard came out. Die Hard was very poorly received by audiences when the trailer dropped, because when the trailer came out and people saw it, they laughed at it because Bruce Willis's character seemed like a wimp, and so they took his face off of the posters so people would go to see the movie. And when people saw it, they were blown away because nobody had high expectations for this. People thought it was a joke. They went to the biggest action movie stars out there to play the role of John McClane, who's the hero in this movie. They went to Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, you name it. They went to them and they all read the script and they turned it down because they thought the hero was a wimp. This is one of the greatest, John McClane is one of the greatest action movie heroes of all time. And it's for this one big reason. He is not a superhero. He is a normal, everyday guy who somehow manages to beat all the terrorists. He's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his typical movie, like Predator. Like Predator, he's a macho bad A, but that's not John McClane. He's just, imagine me taking out terrorists. I'm just a normal guy. I'm not a superhero. I'm not super big and strong. He's just this normal guy. And that's what makes him so great. That's what makes him so likable. That's what makes him so relatable. He's such a great action hero. This movie revolutionized action movies. It made Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman famous. Bruce Willis was semi-famous at the time. He was on a TV show, that he was popular for. And after after they went through actor after actor turning this role down, or they just couldn't do it for some reason, finally somebody said, "Let's try Bruce Willis." and the rest is history. He became famous, and now he's one of the greatest action movie stars of all time. Nobody expected that. Nobody. This was Alan Rickman's very first movie. He was a Broadway actor, and by miracle, he got casted for this, and he played Hans Gruber, the villain of the movie, and Hans Gruber is one of the greatest movie villains of all time. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, he's the second best. The first being Darth Vader, but definitely a very close second. Hans Gruber is such a great villain. You can hate him easily, but he's just you ever seen a villain that you hate but you love, like Darth Vader? You ever been as Darth Vader for Halloween? You don't love Darth Vader. You don't agree with the stuff he's doing, but he's so great. Such a great villain. He absolutely knocked it out of the park, and it was his first movie. Unbelievable. This movie has the best hero and the best villain. And the action is great and revolutionary. You can see everything. It all looks so good. The story, there isn't even much story. It's just that the terrorists take over the building because they want money. That's it. And this random guy is fighting them off. It's a very, very easy film to follow. But it's great. The special effects are really great. And the characters are great too. This movie, with as simplistic as the story is, this movie revolutionized action films forever. There were so many movies that tried to replicate it, and none of them were as good. Now, I admit, I think there are some that came close. Air Force One, not everybody loves that movie, but I think it's a really, really great film. And I think Air Force One was pretty close to this. There was Speed was another movie that was pretty much like Die Hard on a bus. Air Force One was Die Hard on an airplane. This movie changed action films forever. It changed the way that we looked at action, and people tried to replicate, just like The Matrix. So many movies tried to replicate The Matrix, but none of them were near as good, not even the sequels. Die Hard is such a great movie. John McClane is so likable. Reginald Vell Johnson's character, Sergeant O'Pau, what a great sidekick character. And all he does is communicate with John McClane through a radio. The whole movie. They don't even meet each other in person until the end. But it's so great. As a matter of fact, John McClane doesn't even meet Hans Gruber until closer to the end of the film. Imagine how hard that must have been to write, to where all they do is communicate on radio, on walkie-talkies the whole movie. It's so great. It's so great. Die Hard, for sure, gets a 100. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any movie suggestions, let me know in the comments. Much love. Subscribe to Potted Plant Entertainment.